Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us today for a very exciting Princess Cruises webinar. My name is Anna, I'm an Industry Relations Specialist here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. This webinar will run about 50 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar and we will get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, LaDonna Allen. LaDonna is a National Account Manager for Princess Cruises and started her career in travel by attending the International Aviation and Travel Academy in Arlington, Texas in 1989. Since that time, she has served as a travel agent for 18 years, Regional Sales Manager for Nexus Holidays, Business Development Manager for Princess Cruises and Cunard Line, and has served as a National Account Manager for Princess Cruises since 2016. She served as the founding president of the Hampton Roads chapter of the Professional Travel Agents of North America and also served on their national board. LaDonna holds a degree in Anthropology and American Studies from the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia. And with that, take it away, LaDonna.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I certainly appreciate everybody taking time out of your day to spend with me and to learn a little bit about MedallionClass. So we're going to look at Princess kind of in general. We're going to look at MedallionClass in particular. And to start it off with, we're going to look at where we came from. So starting over 50 years ago, we started right here with the Princess Patricia. So since that day, we've come quite a long way, and we are now being known within the industry for some of the innovations that we have. And one of those new innovations is, of course, MedallionClass. But we do absolutely celebrate our heritage. This is my colleague Bob Rose and I. Some of you probably know Bob. And we were on board the Caribbean Princess getting ready to go to the Love Boat Disco Deck Party. So we absolutely do celebrate that heritage. We talk about it. We have Jill Whelan, who is our celebrations ambassador. She was Vicky Stubing on the Love Boat whenever it was on TV back in the 70s, and we do still show it on board the ships as well. So absolutely, we celebrate that heritage, but we also want to look to the future as well. Overall, this is what the fleet looks like right now. As you know, we've got quite a few different size ships. We've got the Royal, the Regal, the Sky, Majestic, and Enchanted, all in our largest class of ships at 3,500 guests. The Crown, Caribbean, Emerald, and Ruby have 3,100 guests. We then have the Diamond, which is unique within our fleet. The Diamond is stationed year-round out of Japan. So she has been retrofit for that Japanese market. She was built in Japan, and that Japanese market, it's really a true immersion into Japan when you sail on the Diamond Princess. She has a Japanese onsen on board. She has a sushi restaurant on board. So she's definitely unique within our fleet. We then have the Golden, the Grand, and the Star at 2,600. Our Panamax ships, which are the Coral and the Island, at 2,200. These are the two ships that were built to go through the Panama Canal. We then have the Sea and the Sun at 2,000. And finally, our tiny baby R-Class ship, the Pacific Princess, with 670 guests. So we'll kind of go through what's unique within these ships and also some of the innovations happening around Princess. Talked a little bit and mentioned MedallionClass. Some of our other innovations are our celebrity chef partnerships. One of the newest of those is we've got Rob Floyd from Bar Rescue, who is our new mixologist on board. We are partnered with Stephen Schwartz, the Grammy and Tony winning producer on Broadway, and he's doing those original productions on board our ships. In terms of our shore excursions, we've got Bon Appetit shore excursions for those who are of the culinary mindset. And we also have Discovery exclusive and Animal Planet exclusive shore excursions. Now, those are in partnership with the Discovery Network. And when we think about the Discovery Network, oftentimes we think, oh, that's the Discovery Channel. And it is, but it's a lot more than just the Discovery Channel. This is 57 different channels across the globe. So they have a wide breadth of different networks up underneath their big umbrella. So you've got Animal Planet, you've got the Food Network, you've got HGTV. All of these fall up underneath that, and you'll see a lot of this programming throughout the different parts of our fleet. One of the ways you will see that is in the Princess Luxury Bed. So the Princess Luxury Bed, we designed this with our sleep doctor. We hired this sleep doctor, and he designed the bedding itself, or the actual bed, the construction of the bed itself. Candace Olson from HGTV, she designed the soft goods. And this is now available across the fleet. So the big thing that I want to let you know about this, the fleet-wide rollout has now concluded. As of December of 2018, you will have this bed across the fleet in all categories. And if you would like to have one, you can buy one and have it delivered to your house. This is my dog Maisie on our Princess Luxury Bed here at my house in Nashville. So you can actually have one of these as well. It's really kind of cool to have the same bed that's on board the ship. So let's talk about another one of those innovations in depth. We'll talk about MedallionClass. Now, MedallionClass, for some of you, you're looking at this and going, oh my gosh, my clients, they don't want anything to do with this. This is way too tech heavy. It's really not about the technology. The technology, we need you to understand how the technology works. At the end of the day, your guests don't even have to understand the way the technology works. I sat in on a consumer panel where we brought some consumers in who had recently sailed on MedallionClass. And what I found very interesting is the way each one of these consumers interacted with MedallionClass was very, very different. Each one of them had a very different take on MedallionClass and what their most important feature about it was. So really, this technology, it maximizes the guest experience. It allows us to deliver an entirely new level of service and do it at scale. So keep this high level of service and very personalized attention at a premium price point. This also allows your clients more time to play, more time to experience the ship, more time to be immersed in the destination. So the Ocean Medallion begins with the actual thing. This is the Ocean Medallion. It's about the size of a quarter. It is waterproof. It is wearable. It holds your guest's unique digital identity. So this doesn't actually hold any identifiable information. This is a transmitter. So if your clients lose this, because you know undoubtedly some of them are going to lose it, if they lose it, we deactivate it immediately, issue them a new medallion because it's only a transmitter. It's not holding any identifiable information on the medallion itself. As I mentioned, it's waterproof. It is free. If they lose it, we will replace it. If they don't order it far enough in advance, we will allow them to pick it up at the pier. And again, we can replace it at no charge at this point. Now, if half the ship starts losing their medallion, it could be that we would charge for it in the future. But as of right now, we are not charging to replace them. So, of course, you guys want to know, do they come in loyalty colors? Absolutely, they do. When you receive your medallion at home, you'll receive it in this beautiful little white box. As long as your client gets ocean ready and orders their medallion shipped to them 12 days in advance, they will receive this at home. And you do actually choose the shipping address. So if you, as the travel agent, wanted to help your clients through this process, you absolutely could. You go through the process with them. You choose the shipping address, and it is shipped to that address. It does come with this gray lanyard that you see here. That's how it comes. In this beautiful little white box, comes with the lanyard. When they get ocean ready, There are some accessories they're able to buy in that process as well. You're going to see this worn in a lot of different ways throughout this presentation. So know that right here, this is how they're going to receive it. And then if they want to purchase optional accessories, they can do that. So what does it allow? It allows for faster embarkation, on-demand delivery of drinks and snacks. Now, we say right here, drinks and snacks. I just want to caution you about one thing. Medallion is a bit of a moving target. So it's very dynamic and things are changing really quickly. So with drinks and snacks, we're going to say that and we're going to stick to it, especially in print. However, if you have clients that are traveling now or in the very near future, they may say, well, you told me it was drinks and snacks and I could order sunscreen. I could order some non-cost items, like I could ask for extra pillows to be delivered to me. That is true on some of the ships. On all of the Medallion ships, you can get drinks and snacks, but we are testing some other things in the Ocean Now feature. So we say best Wi-Fi at sea with land-like speed. Be aware that when we talk about this best Wi-Fi at sea, it is the best Wi-Fi at sea with this land-like speed, depending on where you're located in the world. Medallion Net is going to behave a little differently in our northern trades, such as in the Baltic or such as in Alaska. So it will behave a little bit differently depending on where you are in the world. In the Caribbean, it is lightning fast. It is actually faster, by far faster than my internet at home. And interestingly, if you follow John Chernesky, our SVP of Sales on Facebook, he has tried to do multiple Facebook Lives. They have all failed. The only one that he was able to live stream was when he was underway on the Caribbean Princess. The ones from the office, we always have technology blips and we have problems keeping him connected. So it really is phenomenal land-like speed in the Caribbean. Just be aware that because of where satellites are positioned, that in various parts of the world, it may be slower. It'll still be the best Wi-Fi in Alaska, the fastest Wi-Fi in Alaska, but it's not going to be as fast as the Wi-Fi down in the Caribbean. Keyless stateroom entry. One of the questions that I get about this is, what if we don't like it? What if we still want the key card? On the ships that are being retrofit, on the ships that are being converted to Medallion class, you can still get a key card if you prefer a key card, but be aware that as we transition in the future, we won't be issuing those once we get down the road and once we get to the ships that are Medallion class enabled during the construction process. That will end up going away. With their medallion, they only have to have it with them. They don't have to take it out. They don't have to touch anything with it. If they walk up to the door and they turn around and walk away, that door will relock in 6 seconds. So there are some safety features that are already in place, but know that in the future, there are a couple of different evolutions that are coming. One is going to be that it's going to be medallion only once we get into the future. We have more entertainment and gaming options available, interactive TV and mobile video. It says easier safely assembly. It's really less painful safety assembly. Nobody likes the muster drill. There is nobody that goes on board a cruise to experience the muster drill, right? It's just painful. And really, that's what Medallion class enables us to do. It enables us to address some of those pain points that your clients talk about, one of which is the muster drill. We're able to scan those medallions really quickly. We know that the medallions are there. You don't have to go through the very manual process of everybody having to scan their key card. So it makes your safety assembly much easier, and it also allows for personalized greetings as well. Talk to you a little bit about this best Wi-Fi at sea. There's multiple packages that you can get. You can get a package for the entire voyage that is discounted. Right now, it's $9.99 per device per day. if you buy the package. Now, if you've got Captain Circle, Platinum, and Elite guests, you know that they get those free minutes. They can also trade those free minutes for a package discount, which is what they would want to do. Where do we have Medallion Net? And you're going to find that this kind of gives you the rollout schedule for Medallion. So we have Medallion Net on board the Caribbean, the Regal, the Royal, the Ruby, the Coral, and the Island. Next up will be the Crown Princess. She will be getting it shortly. The Emerald, the Sky Princess, the Golden, and the Enchanted. Here's your keyless stateroom entry. When you walk up, the door will unlock and there will be a personalized greeting. Now, say you're traveling with your children. You can have your medallions linked so that you can open the kids' stateroom. It is a manual process. You would need to do it once you get on board. You just go to Oceanfront, which is where we have all things medallion. And once they go to Oceanfront, they can have those linked. This personalized greeting here will also recognize celebrations as well. So we talked about the fact that you have to have your medallion. You don't necessarily have to have a phone. You can use these portals that you see right here. If you take your phone or if you take your iPad, there's free apps that you can download. Those digital experiences, and there are 6 of them. I know that's the next thing you're going to say, oh my gosh, there's 6 of these apps. Well, there are 6 of them, and there's a reason for that. When we first rolled this out in 2017, we had a lot of problems with it. We just could not make it stable. And one of the reasons that we had that problem is because there was just too much information in one app. It was in one app at that time, and it crashed everybody's phones. We just could not make it work. So right now it's in 6 different apps. They're kind of the features and functions of each are sort of grouped together based on what their like attributes are. However, going forward, some of these will be consolidated. I don't know that you will ever see this in one app. I still think it's all just going to be way too much information for one app on a phone. However, you will see some combining once we know the utilization of all of these different features. You will see some combining into less than 6 apps. So the first one that we start with is Ocean Ready. They do still have to do their cruise personalizer. You complete your cruise personalizer for your immigration information. Then the second part of that is you become Ocean Ready. The reason you become Ocean Ready is because it allows you to have expedited embarkation. Do they have to do it? No, they don't have to do it. If they don't do it, they're still going to have to go through the regular line at the pier. If they do it, when they get to the pier, they're going to walk through the Ocean Ready line and walk right on board the ship because they will have already done all of that check-in stuff prior to embarkation. So that's what happens with that. If they are Ocean Ready, they need to do it at least 12 days prior to embarkation in order to have their medallion shipped to them. And B, it just allows them to be able to walk right on board the ship. The next piece of this is Ocean Now. Ocean Now is the app that allows guests to order drinks, snacks, some service items, and currently what we are testing is some of the spa services as well. You can track your order just like if you order a pizza on the internet. You can track your order. You can see where it is in the process. As you see here on this phone, they've ordered it, prepping it. It's now being delivered. So it is available in select areas and select times on board the ship as well. This is what the actual app looks like. You can see there's the different things that you can order. They pop up in little bubbles. And now my next question is, how's the waiter ever going to find me? The waiter is going to find you because he has a pad that he's looking at. And just like you see the little bubbles with the service items that you're able to order, he actually sees members. He sees your picture that you uploaded in that Ocean Ready process. As he gets closer to you, his little bubble gets bigger. So he's able to geolocate you based on the fact that you have that medallion with you and he's got the pad so that he can see where to bring it to you. The nice thing about this is that it will remember what your favorite drinks and service items are. The next piece is Ocean Compass. So this is our interactive navigation assistant that guides you throughout the ship and throughout your journey. Again, you can use the public portals, you can download the app. There's a wayfinding feature on this, and also shipmates, which is an optional, it says here optional feature, so that you can locate your family and friends, your traveling companions. Now, as a travel agent, I was a group leader, so something I would have immediately came up to me was, sometimes I want my group to be able to find me, like during hospitality hours, but sometimes I don't. So that is technology I can opt in and out of. Your children cannot opt out of this technology. If you have children traveling with you that are under the age of 18, they cannot turn this off. You as an adult, you can. So this is what it looks like. We've got shipmates, we've got wayfinding, there's a chat feature here. So this is the text messaging. Now, here's another important thing to point out to you guys. In order to utilize these apps when you're on board the ship, you are using the ship's intranet. You are not using internet minutes. So you can experience all of this without purchasing MedallionNet. MedallionNet is the platform that this sits on, the power that makes this go, but you don't have to be paying for internet minutes to use these features of Medallion. So going in a little bit further, now I've gone into wayfinding, and you can see it literally tells me where I am and the best way to get to where I want to go. Here are some of the other things you can do. One of the other apps is Ocean Casino. This is where you can wager on porters. This is live gaming. So this is where you're actually wagering. There's another app called Play Ocean, and this one is really cool. So this one is where you create a tag-along, an avatar, your digital companion, who you can completely customize, and you'll see your little avatar show up. And this starts the minute you get to the pier. So when you arrive at the pier in Fort Lauderdale, there's these huge screens, this big portal of LED screens that you walk through. And when you do, you'll see your little avatar pop up. It's really very cool. Ocean Concierge. If any of you guys were familiar with Princess at Sea, Princess at Sea exists on all of our ships. Every single ship has Princess at Sea. Princess at Sea is where you open the browser on your phone and you type in ruby.princess.com, okay? So you type that in, it will bring up the pattern. Again, this is working on the ship's intranet. It's not using internet minutes. It'll pull up the pattern. If you're a group leader, you can put a group board in there and you can send out group messages to people. Ocean Concierge is Princess at Sea rebranded for Ocean Medallion. Exact same functionality from Ocean Concierge that you have with Princess at Sea. It just looks a little snazzier and has been rebranded. Ocean View. This is really interesting because Ocean View you can get on your Amazon Fire Stick, you can get on your Roku. You just sign up for an Ocean account and then you can go in and view all of this free content. This also obviously works on board the ships as well. We have all of these curated shows that we have, one of which is Ocean Trek. This Jeff Corwin, who is just cool all the way around, also hosts a game aboard our ships with Play Ocean. So if your kids have seen Ocean Treks, or if you've watched Ocean Treks or any of these other shows that Carnival Corporation sponsors, they're all really great ways to inspire people to cruising. And now with MedallionClass, you can continue to interact with that as well. So what ships do we have Medallion on? We've got the Caribbean currently in the Caribbean, the Regal Princess, who is currently in the Baltic, the Royal Princess currently in Alaska, Crown Princess is next up, and she is in Europe. Then we will have the Sky Princess in October of 2019, our newest ship, who will be fully medallion enabled whenever she's built during the construction process. And then the Enchanted Princess, our next new ship, which comes into the fleet June of 2020. Moving on, we have recently announced the next evolution. That will be the Ruby Princess, January 2020, Grand Princess, March of 2020, Emerald Princess, August of 2020. And I've grouped these together on purpose because they are the same class. On the other side of the page, on the right-hand side, we've got the two Panamax ships, the Coral Princess and the Island Princess. That takes us through our rollout through 2020. It also means that we now have medallion ships all around the world to include a world cruise, because the Island Princess will be doing a world cruise as well. We have more new ships on the way. We talked about Enchanted Princess arriving in 2020. She will be Medallion class. She has a sister ship who is yet to be named, coming out in 2022. We don't know yet whether or not she is going to be Medallion class. I suspect she will, but we have not announced it yet. And then in 23 and 25, we have a whole new platform of ships. This is bigger than our current ships. She is 4,300 guests. They will be dual powered. They will be LNG powered. So this is a whole new generation of cruising for Princess. So let's talk a little bit more about the Sky Princess, our new ship debuting in Athens, October 20th of 2019. Our very first Medallion class built ship. So being another old travel agent, I should say experienced travel agent rather than old, but yeah, another old one. I'm just going to kind of talk to you about some of the things that are different. So the Piazza, this is the same on all of our ships. We always have a Piazza. It's one of our signature features. What I will say about the Piazza on the Sky Princess is A, she's opened up a little bit. There's more space on the dance floor. And B, the stairs to nowhere on the Regal Princess are now gone. The stairs actually go somewhere. They go all the way up and down the ship. So that design has been changed on this ship as well. Lemare. This is one of the specialty dining restaurants that we have on board the Majestic Princess, who is over in Australia and Asia. Extremely popular, so we're going to be bringing it to the Sky Princess. This will be a unique venue within the North American market. Sabatini's Trattoria. This is the newly redesigned Sabatini Crown Grill Bar. As you can see, this is kind of opened up, and it's rather than being an accidental space, it is a much more very designed space so that it looks like it was designed to be there, and much more functional in its use. Alfredo's, this is our free pizza and Italian restaurant. Biggest change here, some of the design features and the floor-to-ceiling ocean view windows over there. Take 5 Jazz Bar. This is a completely new venue for us. We don't have this currently on board the ship, so this is brand new. The sanctuary has been redesigned. You can see the spaces that are a little bit more secluded. There are the other spaces kind of around this area that you'll see whenever I show you the pool in a few minutes. There's also more of the just entertaining space, public spaces where you can sit outside. This is the main pool. So you can see here the biggest change is A, there's a lot more pool to this. There's a whole nother pool there. And there's also some design changes in the center. This is the retreat pool. So where I was talking about the sanctuary, you can see this is around the retreat pool. So there are very nice areas around this retreat pool. The Wake View pool, this is very popular for us. We will continue to have the Wake View pool. This is what the balcony looks like. You can see your Princess luxury bed. This should look pretty familiar to you. It's kind of our design, one of our signature features. You can see the teak out on the balcony. So very well designed, very functional, very clean and very stylish. This is what the mini suite looks like. So this has a separate seating area. Big difference between the balcony and the mini suite. If you're looking, A, for more space, B, if they're looking for a bathtub, this is where the difference happens, is between balcony and mini suite. In a mini suite, if they're looking for more space in the bathroom, there's going to be more space in the bathroom in the mini suite because it has a bathtub. The full suite. And these are our brand new Sky Suites. This has the most space we've ever designed in a suite, the most luxurious, and of course the best views. You can see you can probably host 60 or so people for a party out on this balcony. The balcony wraps around, and as you can see, it's obviously a great place to watch movies under the stars as well. This is what the interior looks like. This is the living room. This is the dining room. This is the master suite. And this is the second bedroom. So as you can see, the largest suites we've ever designed, and obviously the best balcony as well. So why sell MedallionClass? It is exclusively on Princess. They can't get this anywhere else. Enhanced connectivity and personalization. So this is what I was talking about with that group of consumers that we brought into the office. The way that each one interacted with MedallionClass was very different. Their takeaway was very different. Some loved Medallion Net. Some of them loved the fact that the door opened automatically, that they didn't have to get out their key card. It was really interesting to see how each person interacted a little bit differently. Some loved Ocean Now, some never used Ocean Now. So that's what this really allows us to do. It allows us to have a very personalized vacation experience. And again, to do that at scale at a premium price point. Where can you find the MedallionClass ships? That is not a mistake up there in the top right-hand corner. That is meant to be Greenland. We do have a round-trip Greenland sailing out of New York in the fall. It is a 16-day. It's a little long. There is still availability. I just checked it right before I got on this webinar. There is still some limited availability. It's 16 days round trip out of New York in the fall of 2019. So if they're looking to do something different, if they're experienced cruisers and looking for something different, consider that round trip New York going up to Greenland. If they want to do Greenland and Iceland combination, we can do that out of London or Southampton. But I wanted you to know that that 16-day is available. We've got the Royal Princess up in Alaska. She also does California coast, Mexico, Panama Canal, Caribbean, and of course, Canada, New England. This is what the footprint will look like in the future. We will have not only Scan Russia, but we will also have Mediterranean once we get the Sky Princess. And then the Ruby Princess, once she becomes MedallionClass, is going to be transitioning over to Australia, New Zealand. So family cruising with Princess. I talked to you about the fact that with MedallionClass, they can always find their kids. They will always know where those kids are. So the nice thing about this is it gives you a level of safety and security you didn't necessarily have in the past if your kids were old enough to sign themselves in and out of the kids program. So I know we're not always your first choice whenever it comes to family cruising. We should be part of your consideration set. Absolutely. We aren't a theme park at sea. I will show you as theme parky as we get right now. But all of our programming was designed with that Discovery Network. So we've got Discovery at Sea, we've got Camp Discovery, science activities, and a family fun fair. We have, when I was on board in November with my grandson, the shark was dressed up in the little shark costume, and Stanley the bear was dressed up in his costume, and they were dancing with the kids out in the Piazza, and the parents were dancing, and the kids were dancing. So it's very interactive, but it is more edutainment than it is entertainment. We're really about destination immersion, and that's not just for the adults, that's for the kids as well. Destination immersion is what Princess has always been about, and that doesn't change with Medallion Class. Medallion Class just allows us to have a destination immersion experience that's even more personalized than it was in the past. And this family cruising with the edutainment, the Discovery at Sea programming, the Junior Park Ranger programming up in Alaska, we should definitely be part of your consideration set. This is the new family splash zone on board the Caribbean Princess. I'm sailing this upcoming week on the Caribbean Princess, so I'm not sure. It's supposed to be ready in July. I'm not 100% sure when it's going to be up and running, but should be sometime pretty soon between June and July. Now, Alaska at a glance. It's a very, very busy year in Alaska. We all know that. We know that there's a ton of ships in Alaska, but I want you to know what's unique about Princess in Alaska. This year does mark our 50th anniversary in Alaska. We have more Voyage of the Glaciers, which means more cruise tours. Every single one of those cruise tours goes to Glacier Bay. You don't have to try to figure out which cruise tour goes to Glacier Bay because every single one of them does. We have the Royal Princess this year up in Alaska, which means we have a Medallion Class ship in Alaska as well. And we have puppies. They're really cute. I know you all just went, aw. Yes, they're very cute. We have a destination immersion program in every single trade. You're going to see this as a theme that goes throughout all the different trades. In Alaska, we have North to Alaska. We have a program called Puppies in the Piazza, where we bring the puppies on board, the little mush puppies, and you get to hold them and interact with them. They stink, but they're so cute, you just don't care. We also have a program called Cook My Catch. And with Cook My Catch, you literally go fishing either from one of our shore excursions or on one of the land excursions, and we will then cook your catch for you and serve it to you. That, to me, is a little scary. That face is not pretty, but he caught it, so he seems pretty happy with it. Treehouse Masters. Again, this is that partnership with the Discovery Network, right? So last year, we built a treehouse with Treehouse Masters. We were on one of the episodes. This is at the Mount McKinley Lodge. Phenomenal view. There is no better view of Denali. This is open to the public. You can go out there and have s'mores. You can have hot chocolate. So it's really a great opportunity to have the absolute best view of Denali, and also to have the opportunity to visit one of the tree houses the Treehouse Masters built. So why is Princess your best choice to Alaska? Really, it's because we own it, right? We own all of the pieces. We own the ships, we own the rail, we own the lodges. This is what our map in Alaska looks like. And speaking of maps of Alaska, if you don't have one, you can order these on OneSource. It's a really great fold-out map that you can order on OneSource and have it sent to you for yourself or for your clients. This is really great. Shows you and gives you some highlights of the different areas that you're going to be going to. And when I say we own it, we built a pier in Whittier. So now we have direct to the wilderness rail service that no one else can offer. This gets you up into Denali at one day. In one day, we can get you up to Denali or get you down to the ship. And it is truly a seamless process. You literally walk right across the pier. If you're doing the rail first, they will check you in for the ship. They'll give you your key card or your medallion. You will be ready to roll on board the ship. All you have to do is walk right across the pier and right on the ship. So these are the lodges that we own. We've got the Denali Princess Wilderness Lodge, Mount McKinley, where the treehouse is, Kenai Princess Wilderness Lodge. This is our smallest and our most boutique. And then we have Copper River as well. So I'm going to run through a couple of Alaska tips and tricks. One thing that I want you to always check is, what is your consortia offer? There's a lot of exclusive Alaska cruise tours or cruise tour offers that they have. So check with your consortia first and see what they have. Secondarily, our connoisseur tours. These are the tours that are the highest rated. They are also the most commission that you're going to earn. So look at those connoisseur tours. They have the meals already included. Like I say, it's like an escorted motor coach tour. This is like combining a Colette tour with the cruise. You have the tour director that stays with you the whole way, that goes on the motor coach with you, and these are really great tours. We do have meal packages available for cruise tours for the land portion. If you're not selling those, you should be. If you're not selling the connoisseur tours, make sure you're adding a meal package. It takes a lot of the guesswork out, and it does a lot of pre-planning for your client. We also offer group shore excursions. Those are done at a net rate. So this is a revenue stream for you. You not only are charged the net rate on this, you have all of the Princess protection behind you, the guarantee to return to the ship, the onboard service with Princess. You also have our buying power as well. My next tip is to hold those Alaska groups cruise only. The reason that I say that is if you have some people doing the cruise tour and some not, then you can combine them at finalization with the cruise tours, with the cruise only, to earn the TC. You cannot do that the other way. If you hold it as a cruise tour, you're only going to earn the TC on the people that do that exact cruise tour. So if you've got one person that does cruise only, it's not going to count. Or if you have one person who does a different cruise tour than everybody else, they're not going to be counted in there. So that's my biggest tip for Alaska. Hold those groups cruise only unless you know absolutely for sure everybody in the group is going to be doing the exact same cruise tour. Have your clients take 2 smaller suitcases plus a carry-on. The reason I say that is because say they're doing land first, they really don't need formal attire until they get to the ship, right? If they want to dress up at all, they definitely don't need it on land. When they get to the first hotel on their cruise tour, they can actually send one of those bags directly to the ship. It will meet them at the ship. I tried this myself. I thought, look, I'm going to 6 different hotels because I not only toured all of our hotels, I went and did site inspections of all of our lodges and also some of our partner hotels. So Captain Cook in Anchorage and Fairbanks as well. So I looked at all of them, right? I'm like, there's no way this bag is going to meet me on the ship. And I'll be darned if it wasn't the first bag in my stateroom is the one that I sent on. So that was really nice that I only had to deal with the one bag while I was on land, and that other bag was there for me whenever I got on board the ship. Tell them to dress in layers, take their Tide Pods. Every single one of our ships has washers and dryers, so tell them not to overpack, but be prepared to be able to split things up. Did you know that we are now posting cruise tour availability for this year on OneSource? So what you do is you go to OneSource, you go to sales and marketing, and then you go to Princess Deals. So you go sales and marketing, promotions and limited time offers, then you're going to see Princess Deals. Just click through that. And I've highlighted it here where it says Alaska Cruise Tour fares for our 2019 season as of 5/21. That is where we still have availability. You can print that puppy out and you don't have to be searching and searching for where we still have availability. You can have a printout right there in your hand. My next tip is to tell you to hold a cruise night and ask your BDM to come and present Alaska. Our BDMs love Alaska. They love to present Alaska, and they have phenomenal presentations on Alaska specifically. I did, as a BDM, I was able to partner with my local outdoor store in my little town. I partnered with them so that they held a group on board, and we did it with one of the local travel agencies. Was very, very well done. It was super easy because they sold it. People are walking in to buy their fishing equipment, and they just had flyers up. So that would be my first suggestion, is that you do that. Also look for some unique venues. Did you know that most Bass Pro Shops have a conference room? Yeah, they hold all kinds of classes. So most of them have a conference room, and it's dirt cheap. So check with Bass Pro Shops, check with Cabela's. Also check with your local zoo or aviary. That's one of the most fun things that I did an Alaska presentation at the aviary in Pittsburgh. That was just a lot of fun. We had a little presentation about the birds. We walked around and looked at the birds, and then I was able to do my presentation there surrounded by them. So here in Hawaii, we have a program called Aloha Spirit. Remember how I told you we are going to have a destination immersion program every single trade. What's going to be different is the type of festival, but there's always going to be a festival. There will always be cultural activities on board. In Hawaii, it's lei making and ukulele lessons. You will always have local cuisine. So in Hawaii, it says Hawaiian cuisine. But know that it's just all going to be about immersing you in the destination, both on board the ship and on land. In the Caribbean, that program is called Rhythm of the Caribbean. We don't have puppies in the Piazza. We've got parrots in the Piazza. We've got a Caribbean festival, treasure hunters, marine experts. Again, it's about that destination immersion. Caribbean at a glance, we've got the Sky Princess arriving winter of 2019, Eastern, Western, and Southern Caribbean options, more ashore in St. Thomas and Cozumel. When you see this where it says more ashore, you'll see it both on the website and in our brochure. It means it's 9 p.m. or later. That call is 9 p.m. or later. It could be overnight because we do have 70 overnight calls. Europe at a glance, of course, we've got British Isles, which sells really, really well for us. Scandinavia, Russia, Mediterranean. We have the Sky Princess debuting in October in the Mediterranean, and I mentioned to you our return to Greenland as well. Celebrations are very important. Remember, now with MedallionClass, we can call those out on the door. We can call out the celebrations. 1 out of every 3 guests on board a Princess Cruise is celebrating a milestone. And we do, of course, have celebration packages available, one of which is Tie the Knot. So we can do weddings at sea, renewal of vows, destination weddings. Just know that there's a lot of options out there. The nice thing about these is if Mexico gets bad press, you don't have to rebook the whole wedding. If something bad happens in one of the ports, if we pull out of Cuba, then we're just going to change the itinerary. You don't have to rebook the whole thing. So that's one of the nice things about doing a wedding at sea. These can be highly customized. This gentleman right here, he's a paraplegic, was working with our wedding coordinator trying to figure out, all he wanted was to get married on his feet. So working with her, trying to figure out how are we going to do this either on board or in port. And what we decided to do is he got married in the pool, so he could stand and hold the side of the pool. The captain came down, did the ceremony. As you can see the weight behind him. We were at sea whenever we did the ceremony, so that's another differentiator too, is that we can do these at sea. Group sales. What makes our limited time offers and group program different? It's the combinability for one, and no minimum number of cabins. You're going to get your group gap amenities from the very first cabin in that group. This is Sip and Sail. You guys know Sip and Sail. You sell it really well. It starts tomorrow. So Sip and Sail starts tomorrow. The thing to be very wary of is this year it's a very short time frame. It ends July the 16th. So there's a couple of changes. One, it's a short window. 2, not only do you get the beverage package when you book a balcony, mini suite, or suite, you also get the beverage package, the coffee and soda package, if you book an interior ocean view. And we have the premier coffee and soda package for 3rd and 4th berths in all stateroom categories. So everybody gets some sort of beverage package. Don't forget about the military benefit. Okay, so we're going to keep rolling back to this. What makes Princess Group Program different? I only need one cabin in the group. That means I could actually use this for an FIT booking. If group space is available, I now have an OBC that somebody else can't offer. So check that group space, see if it's available. It's combinable with sip and sail. It's combinable with the military benefit that they get every single time they cruise. I talked to you about the group shore excursions. This can be done at a net rate. So again, we want to combine the groups with a revenue stream with our limited time offers. You can also combine it with refer a friend as well. If they are a past passenger, you can use this refer a friend program to get another combinable OBC. If you are not a Commodore, I highly recommend that you go on there, you become a Commodore. We have updated the design. We have a brand new MedallionClass course that's out there now. Remember, when you become a Commodore, you not only get elite benefits every single time you sail with us, you also get your graduation cruise. On OneSource, there's a brand new MedallionClass toolkit. If you need a link to it, send me an email and I will get this over to you. If you haven't heard yet, we have a new Easy Pay system. This is super easy. Easy Pay is super easy. You set it up one time. It's automated. It's optional. It takes the monthly cruise payments. You don't have to keep going back into the booking and messing with the booking. You just set it up one time and we automatically do it for you. So thank you so very much for your time and attention. Again, my name is LaDonna Allen. I'm the National Account Manager. Here is my email, lallen@princesscruises.com. And with that, let's see if we have any questions that I can answer.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We do have some questions coming in. I will start with the first one. It is from Beth. You mentioned the 6 apps that you could get. Beth is wondering if you can choose which apps you want out of the 6 apps.
You can, absolutely. You can download one to get Ocean Ready and Expedited Embarkation. Me personally, I will never use Ocean Casino. I downloaded it so I could look at it, but you don't have to get it. You can. That's the nice thing about having the 6 apps is you can only download the things that you want and just forget about the other stuff.
Perfect. Our next question is from Gia, who is wondering if you're able to order drinks that are only on the app, or can you also customize your drinks, such as no salt on the rim?
You can customize your drink as well. Absolutely.
Oh, perfect. How easy. Our next question is from Ginger, who is wondering, how do we easy pay for clients booking with us under our agencies?
You just set it up. You can actually set it up in Polar Online. There's a walkthrough of it on OneSource. If you don't have that, send me an email and I will get that instruction set over to you. But you can look for it under sales programs in OneSource and you can pull it down yourself too.
Okay, perfect. Chessine is on the Ruby in August, so that's very exciting, and has 3 members with her that have no tech skills and no cell phones that have internet. Is it possible for her to register for them?
She can. Yeah, you can get Ocean Ready for them and do all of those steps for them. Again, they can interact with the portals once they're on board if they want to. It's not something that you have to do, but it is available and allows them to really customize their experience.
Perfect. And she is also wondering if there's any need to worry about security issues in regards to all the data that is on your Medallion platform.
Well, the Medallion itself doesn't hold any data. It just interacts with our servers throughout the ship. So that's actually one of the reasons it's taken so long. Cybersecurity is very important to us, and we wanted to make sure that once we rolled this out, that we did have all of those security measures in place, such as being able to deactivate it immediately if your medallion is lost. Such as being able to just have this medallion as a transmitter so it's not holding any actual data on it.
Perfect. Our next question is from Michelle, who is wondering how you get the physical medallion.
If you're in the United States, it is mailed to you as long as you get ocean ready at least 12 days prior to embarkation. It will just be mailed to your home. And when we mail it to your home, it comes in this beautiful little white box. You open it up, your medallion is there. There's some really great instructions about getting ocean ready and all of that. Now, if you're in Canada, or if you don't do the ocean ready process, we'll just have your medallion for you at the pier. So either way, you will get your medallion, whether you have it shipped to your home or whether you decide to pick it up at the pier.
Perfect. That sounds very simple. Our next question is from Danette, who is actually going to be on the Crown on June 30th and is wondering if the medallion will be on that.
So June 30th, it won't be. She doesn't become medallion class until the end of July. You will see some features that they are testing up to the rollout. You won't have medallion, but you will have medallion net, and you will see some of the features and functionality already working.
Okay, perfect. And it looks like this is our last question from Cheryl. She's actually in Nashville and is wondering if you have any events locally.
I don't have any events locally because I'm national accounts, but we do have a business development manager that is stationed here in Nashville full time. And if you will send me an email, I will get your information over to Celeste, who is our local princess.
Perfect. Okay, and it looks like that is all of our questions, which is perfect. That rounds out our hour nicely. Thank you so much, LaDonna, for all of the information, and thank you everyone for joining us. A quick reminder, this was recorded. It'll be posted on our YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. And I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.